It is live. Let me make sure everything is working on our side. Mark, welcome to the show. Coach Ernie Williams Show, Eagles Performance.
I appreciate you for having me, for sure.
Awesome, awesome. All right, guys, everybody's tuning in from Facebook and YouTube. We should be at YouTube at Coach Ernie Williams and Facebook at Eagles Performance. Going live, we are talking with Mark Nwakamma. He is an Austinite
Hmm.
from Austin, Texas. Right
Yep.
now, he's in Hartford, Connecticut. He went to University of Hartford, Connecticut. Played basketball there for 4 years.
All 4 years. Yep.
4 years. He is a retired ex former all these words
Transformer.
professional athlete. So we're gonna dive into his success story. He's gonna share and bring some light to some things he's learned, some things that he might change and maybe add some tidbits to the youth out here that
Right.
want to they aspire to be basketball players, and then we're gonna talk some business and what you're doing now. Welcome to the show. Thanks for
Let's
coming.
go. Let's go. Fire me up.
Man, so just tell us, like, how you been doing during this little time during COVID where we're social distancing and stuff has really like slowed down, but lately in the last week or two, it's opening up. How you been
Hmm.
doing?
Um, Honestly, it's been, and I don't want to like sound like I'm inconsiderate, but it's been good. It's been really good just because of I'm in a health and wellness space. So
Okay.
with a virus happening, a lot of people are taking a lot more consideration as to how their immune system is, how their health is. And when you're consistent with, just putting out uh, the information that I've been putting out in terms of taking care of your body, people will pay attention to that. So once everything kind of went down, people were looking at me as a point of contact to help them with their health. So people were stuck in the house.
Hmm.
I'm really big on outside workouts, home workouts. So people were really receptive to that. So business has honestly been pretty good.
Nice.
And it's for me, it's always just really cool to see other people start to see a difference in how they feel, how they look, even when there's no gyms open. So it's been
Right.
great. It's not to undermine anybody going through. I know a lot of people are struggling, but in my particular case, it's actually been a blessing in disguise. So
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about I guess mental health and just being healthy all together, because I don't know that's your expertise and that's kind of what you're working on now. Do you
mhm.
have any tips on maybe how we can continue to be healthy physically and mentally?
Right, right. I think for a lot of people, we don't look at how we can really be the best us. I feel like we don't give enough time to our well being. We, especially with work. If you have school, you got kids. Like the hustle and bustle, working two jobs for some, it's really hard to find that time to really just devote to you. So one thing I really tell my clients is make up 30 minutes to an hour out of your day. I don't care how you do it, and just devote to you. So whether that be, decompressing with your favorite song, whether that be, getting a walk in, whether that be reading a book, like the mental aspect of
Hmm.
health is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's huge. There's mental health, and there's like um, really focusing on your mental as you're getting healthier. So like I really press on everybody to really just look at how they can take time out of their day to devote to them. Because once people get up, it's like, okay, I gotta brush my teeth, I gotta shower, I gotta get in the car, So it's like
Go. Yeah.
we don't look at ourselves as important. It's hard to pour out of an empty cup. That's what I always say. So make sure you're putting that time into you first, and
Hmm.
then everything else can follow suit. But you are your number one priority. So that's why I really try and stress that even now, as people can't work and there's a lot of stress going on, um, I think the best thing to there's there's no one answer to like alleviate stress, but one thing is to take time and put time towards you first, and then be able to see your mental clarity is so much better when you're able to like relax and not think about much and just like be in a still space, or just get your mind off of stuff with exercise or a book, or stuff like that.
Exactly. I do want to get better at meditation.
Oh yeah, that's big
And
time.
um, just finding that even if it's like 10 minutes, being able to be in
Hmm.
silence in here
Yeah.
and not thinking about my next move, business, job, whatever,
Right.
just being in the moment and just kind of carefree and thought free. That's really
Yeah. Yeah. It's really hard to like again, it's so hard to really
something.
have a great day when your mind's already like when you wake up just already thinking about what you got to do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if the first thing on your mind is like I got these bills due. I gotta. It's just you already. You know what I'm saying? You already are in a bad space. So like meditation is huge. Even if it's 5 minutes, box breathing, just taking time out, breathing like through your diaphragm, out through your nose or out through your mouth, and it's like even that 5 minutes has been seen to decrease stress, to alleviate some chronic pain for some people. Like it's just more energy. Like it's been so beneficial for people to take time out their day just to breathe.
True.
So people don't even like learn how to breathe. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
it's very true with the breathing. That's why when you are angry and you breathe, you get obviously you a lot of us, some people
Uh huh.
less angry, but we're still angry about it. But it's like you have more control with your
Control.
control.
Yeah.
You're not making those fast decisions. But I really think mental health and staying healthy, right?
Mm.
Eating healthy, making a conscious choice to eat healthy, and a conscious choice to move, go walk, get outside, do quick 10 push-ups, and then
Yeah.
if you don't have time for a workout, 10 push-ups, get a 7-minute workout on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm really seeing and feeling for myself like working out is helping me with de-stressing my mind.
Oh
And I
yeah.
don't know if that's just it's a body physiological thing, a biological thing, but or just because I'm already I'm an athlete, right?
Right.
That's what we do. We go
Exactly.
work out. It's like a
Exactly.
stress reliever naturally for us. My mom is also we work out, so we'll get up and do like a little 7 or 10 minute YouTube, little Tabata, right?
Okay. Right.
She's working out now, so
That's awesome.
it's just people have to make sure, like like you said, take time out
Hmm.
and just try to get better in these uncertain times.
Yeah, no, like exercise has been, there's so many studies on the power of exercise and cognition. Just being able to move, whether it be 10, 30 minutes, can raise your awareness, your alertness, your capacity to memorize. Like there's just so many benefits to actually, that's why I'm so big on, like, I start smiling, like I get giddy about it because it's like, even being an athlete or coming from that space, I always love like going to the weight room. I used to hate it at first because the coach, when you're a freshman, you go into the weight room, you're like, yo, what is going? It's a different world. You don't know what's going on. You're hurting from day one. I was hurting, but obviously as you continue to do it, you get stronger. And I started to love it to the point where even when I stopped playing, it was something that I still wanted to incorporate just because of all the benefits. Like there's so many benefits. We are as human beings, we are made to move. Like we are made to interact, to love, and to move. So it's like if you take out one of those three keys, like your life won't be as good as it can be. If you're familiar with the book Think and Grow Rich,
Hmm.
he Napoleon Hill labels 12 keys to riches. The first key is a positive mental attitude. That's the first key. The second key is good physical health. So money is the last on the 12 keys. So like the first two are the most important. So that's why like, I really just kind of harp on one being in a positive mindset. So whether that be meditation or just having your day set correctly, and then just getting some movement. It doesn't have to be like you bench pressing 300 pounds or like sprinting. Just a walk, up and down the stairs. Like take the stairs instead of the escalator. Like any type of movement is beneficial for your body. So, but it's really dope that your parents are working out, or that your mom's working out with you too.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really want to do is like have my parents work out with me, not to kill them, but like
Uh-huh.
just to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be able to see them actually do something. And they are now. My parents are walking now, which is awesome. They used to be so busy they couldn't walk,
Hmm.
but it's always dope when I see kids and parents working out. I think that's really lost now, especially with like in all the hustle and bustle. So that's cool that you said that.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm happy to see her working out. She's
Hmm.
my motivation, and then on the days like she don't want to work out, I'm her motivation. Like, come on,
Yeah,
let's go. Can't mess up
yeah,
our
Uh-huh. Accountability is huge.
Yeah, let's get into you. So you're from Austin, Texas. What high school did you go to?
Leander High School, home of the
Leander.
Lions.
Okay, cool.
Leander, yeah.
What are y'all?
Yeah.
This is the home of the Lions.
Yeah, Leander Lions.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Uh-oh.
Leander Lions, yeah. I still remember. Yeah, I still got it. Almost 10 years, yeah.
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 So, yeah. So just walk us through a little background about yourself. You're from Austin, obviously,
Hmm.
Leander.
Hmm.
You know, what other sports did you play? And talk about, did you play in the summertime at
Right.
U2?
So, I came up on football. It's kind of weird because like
Okay.
I'm 6'6", so like
Okay.
the when I played, I love football. I was really good at it too. I played tight end and free safety, so it was something that I enjoyed. I didn't pick up a basketball till I was 12 years old,
Okay.
so I was like a late one. I was a late compared to like a lot of my friends who started playing when they was like 5 or 6. And I was like, oh, I didn't start till I was 12. Um, so I came up playing soccer and football, then basketball was last. So like when you're the tallest kid in your class, everybody's like, "Can you dunk?" That's the number one question I got like from a young age. I'm like, bro, I never even held a basketball, so like, no, I can't dunk. So it was like, but once I started playing basketball, I was terrible, and
Mm-hmm.
that's like to any young hooper watching this right now, you will not be really good when you first start, and when you as you get like higher and higher in levels, you will also not be good. But if you continue to like, you know, one like take priority in getting better and you just don't quit, you're persistent, you will do well. So that's one thing I like. I'm super competitive. Dudes was talking, down on me when I was, seventh, eighth grade and already pushed me. So uh I was able to get on an AU team for the Texas Ambassadors, and I slowly but surely got better, like actually kind of quick. I started like really,
Slowly.
yeah. I got like good pretty quick.
So that's already seventh, eighth grade.
Yeah, yeah.
Seventh, eighth grade. I mean, you
Hmm.
2 years away from high school.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's crazy. Like that 2 year span that I started playing, I got good quick, and it's not typical, but like, I got good quick. I started dunking like after the first year of me touching the basketball,
Really?
to where as I went into high school, I was a freshman on varsity. And I didn't want to be because I want to be with my friends, but I was, but I was good enough. So going into high school freshman year, I started playing a lot more, to where I'm like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this thing. I think this might turn into something. So sophomore year comes in, I'm on the district team, second team, junior year, first team, to where now I'm like, you know what? I think I want to go to college for this. I want to try and really like really make it.
Okay.
Um, so like that's the background though. That's before going into school. Like um, I was getting looked at by at that time. I was playing in the summers. Every summer, I didn't have any vacation. Like every single summer, I was playing,
Yeah.
and I was getting looked at by schools. I was doing well. I was up there with Stanford, Colorado, Oregon State,
Nice.
Northern Illinois. Like it was, some good schools. And then
Schools, yeah.
I had to get surgery. I had a stress fracture from playing
Oh
all
wow.
those summers.
Or shin?
No, it was on top of my foot, on my funicular bone. Navicular, I think something like that. Yeah. So the top of my foot, it was almost like split down the middle, split in half. Yeah. So like it was midway through my junior year, we were killing. We're number one in our conference, going crazy. I was doing really well, and I'm like, I came with a decision, really like an ultimatum, and it was either I keep playing and try and make it to the playoffs, or I get surgery and play in the summer so all the college coaches can see me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to play in college. So I was like, I'll just get surgery now. So I got surgery in January of my junior year, and I really wanted to play that same summer. So I got surgery. I got two screws and a plate in my foot. Still to this day, I still got it. And I tried coming back, and the explosion just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I just wasn't the same player. And a lot of those coaches, a lot of the schools, drops. Nobody was calling me back. Nobody was sending me letters anymore. It was like devastating.
Yeah.
So I'm going into my senior year. Oh, sorry. You got to ask something?
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault, my fault. So I'm going to my senior year, and I'm just like, I don't have any, like, that's the year where you usually know like where you're going to school, and I didn't have anybody. So I'm like, I'm going to kill the season. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna like really like anybody who's going against me is gonna get this work. Like that's point blank, and I did decent. I did all right. So season goes, we make it to the playoffs. We lose to Austin High. They had 3 Division I players that year. They're really, really good. Um, and then the season was over. So and there's still no coaches. So I'm like, okay. Um, so what now? Like, how are we gonna make this happen? I still gotta play. So um, I was getting like my head coach at the time was saying, you should go JUCO. You should go JUCO, play a year, then go and find D1. So
How do you feel about that?
I was like, nah. My first, I was like, no, I don't want to go JUCO. There's nothing wrong with JUCO.
Yeah.
There are some really, really good players in JUCO. It's like they're stacked. Some teams are really stacked. But my mindset was D1. I was like, I want to go D1, therefore I will go D1. And my mom was like, no, you're not going JUCO. You're going D1. So I started training really hard, and I went to a tryout and at a JUCO actually, because at that moment it was like, man, maybe like late in April. I still don't have any offers. I'm like, yo, I got to do something. I got to play. So I went to Collin County Community College out in Dallas, and I killed. Like I murdered. So the coach was like, yo, I'll give you a scholarship right now. Like he brought me to the office. He's like, I'll give you a scholarship right now. Like you're really good.
The Collin County?
Yeah, it's a Collin County. They're like, yo, whatever you need, we'll give it to you right now. So I'm like, oh, I mean, cool. So I went back home to my mom. She was like, that's great, but I thought you want to go D1. I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. But at that moment, it's just like, I don't know what else to do. So then mid-May comes, like May like 16th, 17th. So I get a call, like a random call. I'm in physics class, and I get a call on my phone. It's from Hartford, Connecticut. I'm like, Hartford, Connecticut, like what? So I'm like, yo, Mr. Genji, I gotta like take this call though. So I left. I left the classroom, and I answered. I'm like, hello. He was like, this is Coach G from Coach Gerlison from the University of Hartford. I'm like, Harvard? No, Hartford. Um, but I saw some of your videos on YouTube because my trainer posted some. He was like, I think you're really good, and I would love to get you on the phone with the head coach to talk about you possibly coming up for a visit. I'm like, are you D1? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what? So I'm like, yo, okay, bet. So that's it. That next night, I talked to the head coach, John Gallagher, still my guy to this day. He just had his newborn baby, so I could barely hear what he was saying. But he was like, yo, we want to bring you up for a visit. So I'm like, yo, and this is a long story. I'm sorry, but it's like,
oh, this is great. Somebody's gonna hear your story, and it resonates with them. They're gonna
yeah.
do something like that, and that's why I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, the story is crazy. Like when I say it back to myself, it's like, yo, how did I get here? So I graduated high school.
Okay.
Right. Most kids should have already know where they're going. I didn't know. The day after I graduated, I flew out to Hartford for my visit, my official visit. So I got there, and my dad is terrible with time. And see, if he's watching this, Dad, you're terrible when it comes to time management. He thought we had enough time for my flight, missed the flight for my own official visit.
Missed it from Austin.
I missed the flight for my own official, like the only one I had for the visit. I missed it. So I'm like, oh my God. So the next day, they rebooked the flight. I make that flight. My dad missed his flight again. So he wasn't even there with me. 2 in a row.
Oh,
So he wasn't even there. I can't make this up. So he wasn't there for the first day of my official visit. But I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm on a mission. I'm going to make this happen. I mean, whatever. Like, I'll see when I get back. So I get there, and at that time, school's over. But a bunch of the seniors were still playing, just preparing for pro, or just because they wanted to play. So I played pickup with them, and Gal, like the head coach, sees me, and he's not impressed, right? So he sees me. He's there for like 5 minutes and then leaves. But I'm playing like, yeah. He's like, okay, and like this. So I'm playing, and after I'm done, the guy who called me initially, the assistant coach, my guy Chris, he was like, "Yo, Gal, like, how do you feel about him?" And Gal's like, he's not good enough." He's talking about me. The head coach is like, he's not good enough. Like, what is his position? Like, what can we do with him? He's not good enough.
Mhm.
So the assistant's like, "Yo, like, please, I'm telling you, this kid is good. Like, he's good enough. You got to give him a chance." And so he's like, "Okay, you know what? If he doesn't pan out, that's your job. If he doesn't do well, you're fired, right?" Now, I didn't know that going into it. I'm just like, yeah, I just hope like I play good enough. Where I'm a kid. I'm 18. I'm a kid. So the next morning, I have dinner or I have breakfast with the head coach, and he was like, no, sorry. My dad comes. He flies in. My dad flies in.
Showed up.
He showed up finally. So the head coach has dinner with or breakfast with my dad the next day, and I don't know exactly what was said, but this is what's told to me. My head coach is like a great storyteller, so he might exaggerate the truth a little bit. But he asked my dad, "Can your son rebound for me?" And my dad was like, "Listen, when I was younger, I had to. I'm from my family's from Nigeria, so both my parents are Nigerian. So my dad was like, I had to get up every morning, walk 2 miles to go get water, 2 miles back before going to school. Like that's hard work as a young man. So yes, my son can rebound for you. I taught him work ethic. So off of that, the head coach was like, you know what, fine. He brought me into his office and he was like, "Do you want to play here?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, okay, the offer's yours. I'm like, "What? What?" So, you know, and from there, the rest is kind of history. I ended up a month later getting on campus, and the guy that barely made it, like I barely made it. The only reason I made it to Hartford was because one of their scholarships got a DUI
Mm.
and they dropped him and they needed someone else. So they was already good to go.
Yeah.
But somebody got in trouble.
Mhm.
I was the next man up.
There you go.
And
And you have
like
to be ready.
you gotta stay ready.
You are excited.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you. Like I still it get goosebumps. It gets crazy. So from there, I went to Hartford and I spent all 4 years there. I was rookie, all rookie team, first back to back, all first team all conference player in school history, fifth in all time scoring, um,
Dang.
and it's a blessing. I barely made it, like literally like that, and you got to make do with what you got. And I
Exactly.
went there and I busted my butt. So I mean, and that's a long
What
story,
else you get to
but
Harvard?
yeah,
And
yeah. So.
you proved why you were worthy of that scholarship.
For sure. For sure.
And
I
my
worked so
question is,
hard.
when did the head coach know, like, when you
Oh,
tell he was like, oh, okay, this is a good pick.
yeah, yeah. When he started me, so he put me in front of a senior. Um, and G, if you're watching this, yeah, as a freshman. G, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro, for taking your spot. But
No, he not. No, he not.
I'm not. So but G got hurt. He got hurt that game. His back
Yeah.
was like killing him. So he's like, Mark, get in there, and I went in there. We won the game. I had like almost a double double. So from there, guy was like, you know what? You're shooting 60% from the field. We're gonna keep you in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
So I guess like from that game, me stepping up and like fulfilling that role and doing it well, he was like, no, I guess this kid's a real deal. So from then I started like every game from there I started.
Awesome.
So the first 10 games in, after the first 10 games, I started every game.
So
So
you got that opportunity, which is also it's an opportunity for you to get out there and shine. And it's also a test because from a coach's perspective, we're putting him out there to see what he can do in this team
hmm
right now. Where is he in his
hmm
ability to be with the team and help us win this game, or even help us win other ones. And seems like you did what you had to do.
hey, listen, it's either pressure bust pipes, right? So like when pressure's on, it really shows that you've been working hard. And I would stay after practices. I would be shooting. I would work with the coach. I would like learn the plays. I would like do dummy like offense with no ball. I did not care what I had to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, I get my chance. I'm going in. Like this that really isn't because like as you get higher and higher in the level of play in sports,
Yeah.
your opportunity for unpreparedness is slim to none. So I knew like once I got my chance, it was a done deal. but that comes with preparation. The preparation will meet the opportunity once it presents itself, but you got to be prepared.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask and take a little back turn
Hmm.
when you were saying that you had your injury,
All right.
you recovered, but you were playing games and you weren't the same, and
Hmm.
coaches and schools started to drop off the list. You know, how did you feel when that was happening, and then also what was your mindset around? Okay, this is what's real. This is reality. So what do
All
we do
right.
now?
Right. Right. It was really demoralizing when I started calling coaches and
Hurt.
sending me the voicemail. Right. And I'm like, dude, I just seen like you came to practice. Now you can't answer my call. So it's like um, at that moment, I'm not gonna lie. I spent a couple of days, almost like a week or so, like, man, like, am I already good enough? I really questioning and doubting myself. That's like the number one thing you can't do. Like, if you believe that you should be playing D1, then you got to do everything in your power to prove yourself wrong, because you will have doubts, and to prove others wrong as well.
Mhm.
So after I went through, like, I guess my little phase of like uncertainty, I'm like, okay, I'm going to prove to anybody that looked at me and dropped me that I can really play.
Yeah.
So from then on, it was just like every day was a grind. Every day was like, whether it be PT, whether it be treatment, taking care of your body,
Yep.
eating the right foods. Mama did feed me well though. Thank you, mom. Uh, you
Always.
know, mama always working out twice a day, lifting weights, running, agility. Like it didn't matter. I really wanted to play D1. So that's one thing. Um, I, the universe will do. They will reward hard work and persistence. So once I found out, like, okay, no one's calling me back, so I don't have any schools left. So it's either like say whatever, like have fun. A lot of my friends were doing extracurricular activities instead of in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either I can join them and say, have fun my senior year,
Yep.
or I can sacrifice those parties, sacrifice all that, the hanging out,
Yes.
whatever,
Talk about that,
and
man. Because
go to the gym.
yes.
So like it's really easy. Like believe me, peer pressure is hard. Like especially you have guys or kids, high school kids. You have kids coming through, like, oh bro, like last night was yada yada yada, or the weekend was yada yada yada.
Right.
You have FOMO, fear of missing out. So it's very understandable, but you got to understand, like you got to have your goals higher than what those temporary, um, you know, I don't even know, that temporary feeling of like, oh, I'm cool now. Like
A temporary satisfaction or whatever. Yeah.
I understand a year from now, you're gonna look back like, yo, I wasted so much time. I wasted so much time like trying to pretend or be cool and be of this crowd when I could have been putting that towards my craft, and I could be in a totally different space now than I am right now. So like one thing I just hate doing is living with regret. Like that's one thing I just like, it
Yes.
eats in my core. I cannot live with regret. Like it kills me. So for me it was like, okay, I can my fear of regretting not putting in the work made me want to put in the work. So I was like, you know what, y'all can have the partying. Like that's fine. Like people were like, Mark, we will never see you out. There's a reason for that. Like I'm working. Like after school, I do my homework, I eat a snack, I go to the gym. Like I lived in there. I lived in there, except
I
for
know.
Sundays.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta make a decision now. That's what it comes down to.
You do. And I always think back to when I was in high school and, having to make those decisions. Do I go hang out at the football game or wherever we want to go, movies, whatever we did, or do I
Hmm.
need to get in the gym or rest or just chill, be by myself?
Right.
I was naturally an introvert, but I did like to get out and go do things. But at the same time, the decision was easy for me.
Yeah.
I mean, basketball came above everything.
For sure. I mean,
It was
man.
just natural. And I know some kids are going through that. They will go through that phase in senior year, especially if they
Hmm.
have a good chance to go play pro. Not pro, sorry,
Yeah.
college. And there is that fear of missing out. There's
Yeah.
that fear of memories. And
Mm.
your friends, everybody's going to different schools or they're doing whatever. But like you said, you have to make the decision. You made the decision. You weighed it, and you
Yeah.
made it's a strategy. It's a strategy to what I want to do in the next year, in the next 4 years.
Hmm. Yeah.
So So you just got to make that decision, guys.
For
And
sure.
also, I wanted to say I love your story and your backstory on exactly what every senior in high
Yeah.
school that is was looking for a scholarship. The ones that
Hmm.
didn't get a scholarship, like you were talking to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard.
And the same thing about maybe college players that were they can still go pro and play, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But
Mm.
they're kind of in that same little area
Yeah, that bubble, right?
they're trying to they were trying to go overseas and play their first year, but who knows if we're even leaving the country for the year, right?
Mm. All right.
So you've already said it, and uh, my point is this. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I'm getting excited. Is that
That's cool.
seniors right now? It's like you got to do the work right now, and use the time that you have. You might have lost those opportunities, those scholarships, because everything has stopped in
Hmm.
NCAA right now because of COVID. But trust, if your film on YouTube and you're working and you're looking different from day to week and month to month, coaches are still recruiting. They're looking on Instagram.
Yep.
They're looking on Twitter. They're looking on YouTube. If you can ball, put your videos up.
Put your videos up.
It's hard to
Yeah,
put videos up
for
because
sure.
how else are they gonna see you?
Yeah. You
How
have
are
to
they gonna
adapt.
watch you?
Yeah, you have to adapt when it comes to this world. Yeah.
That's how you got seen. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, cause YouTube wasn't YouTube. It was going, but it's not what it was now. So
That
he
was
was just like,
2010.
huh?
No, that was 2010 or 15.
Oh, I think eight. I think maybe eight. Yeah, I think they just, or maybe it's on Facebook.
2006.
I don't even remember honestly. But
2006 is
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I graduated 2011.
okay.
So he put that video up probably that last year, so like 2010.
Okay.
So YouTube wasn't even popping like that. Like everybody's going to YouTube now. It wasn't even popping like that. So he just put it up there. He did a drill. It was a crazy drill. He was like, "Mark, I want you to dunk 20 balls in like 4 minutes or something like that." I don't even know like what it was. It's something like ridiculous. So I'm just like, it's after a workout. I'm dead. I'm like dunking everything, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, right. So it was like a 4 minute video. It wasn't anything really spectacular, but it was just the film was out there, right? To where a coach saw it, got my information. I don't even know how he got it.
Yeah.
Called me. I got the scholarship. So like for any of y'all who are not signed right now, one, don't panic, don't
That's
stress.
cartoon.
Use that energy that you're putting into your fear and your stress into getting better, getting faster, getting stronger, uh, developing more skill. And we have to adapt now. It's a different world than when I was playing. So post everything. I don't care what your friends say. I could care less what your friends say, what they comment. If you believe in you, that's enough, man. That is enough. So put it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I don't even know what else is out there. I put it on every platform. Coaches have no other way to recruit than through this. They have no other than to watch you. So allow yourself to be seen.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to be seen because you just heard my story. You never know who's watching. There's always there's always someone watching. You
There's
never
always
know
someone watching.
for
That's why
sure.
that's why I used to love going to playing like AAU or
Hmm.
high school and going to play somebody that had somebody they were good on the other team and they had a lot of scouts watching them.
Yep.
Like that's okay because they about to have my number on their
You're watching me too. Right.
game.
For real. For real. So like use all that. Use every opportunity you can to bust anybody like that's in your way and show it, man. Put that on YouTube. Take out the insecurity of like maybe I'm not good enough. Hey, listen, in order for you to be seen, you got to put yourself out there. You want to be scared if you're on the court. So don't be scared to show your film on social media. Like what's the difference? Like for real.
Comments. Don't look at the comments. Who cares?
Yeah, man.
The haters out there and the people that hate, they can't play. That's why they hate.
That's usually what it is.
Don't
That's
even
usually
worry
what it
about
is. Yeah.
it. Okay, so you played at Hartford.
Hmm.
How was that? How did you transform freshman year to senior year to get
Ooh.
you overseas?
Yeah. No, I It was a lot of work. Like college is a lot different in terms of the speed, the development, like just in terms of strength. There's a lot of adjusting I had to do. You know, I can't be thinking I'm the guy. Then I have all these all state, all region players around me
Oh,
to
yeah.
where I'm starting from
At
square
all,
one.
look at all the athletes.
Yeah, you know, like all Americans, like you're starting from zero again. So it's really for anyone who's like playing or somebody who wants to play, just understand like once you get to college, you have to have a growth mindset because you will have to adapt. Like you have no choice but to adapt to the system, to the regimen. Is not easy. I know it's like so many guys more talented than me that just couldn't do college because it's just like they're just gonna handle it. So it's not to scare any of y'all, but like it's to prepare you for what is out there, like what is college like athletics. It's a grind, but like um it was for me each year I look to get better at something. I focus on whether it be the three ball, footwork, handling. I got better like defense. I got better at something every single year.
Okay.
I really felt like I really honed in on it. So like from freshman to sophomore year, we're shooting more consistently from the 3 point line. So that summer, threes, 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 threes. Sophomore to junior year was like that one dribble or one dribble get to the hoop or one dribble counter move to get to the rim. So if you're consistently hitting a three, you can now pump fake, drive to the hole. If you can shoot the jumper or go to the hole or do a spin, whatever the case may be.
Right.
And then from junior to senior, it was really more pull ups. It was more like just one dribble, two dribble pull ups. So yeah, control like pace of the game. Because at that moment, I'm like, I could. I really felt confident on the court. I didn't feel anybody could stop me.
Right.
But it was consistently getting better at something. You cannot expect to get no better if you're the same player all throughout your career. So
So
that's
you
what I focused on. Yeah.
yeah, so you really narrowed down and kind of niched on a skill each year, and you honed
Yeah.
that skill for that year.
Hmm.
Um, Now I know as you were growing each year, you're getting better. You're adding something to your adding a tool skill to your tool box or belt.
Right.
The other ones, let's say like you're in your junior year,
Hmm.
freshman year there was something. There was a tool added. Sophomore year there was a tool added. Now did you continue to work on those two and add your second your tool? Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
you got to.
So
You got to.
you gotta build the skill and you gotta keep them up while you put
Exactly.
other skills into play.
Exactly. You have to. One like for me, the fundamentals are huge. I'm not the most athletic dude. I will dunk on you, but I'm not the most like
I will
athletic. I will dunk on you, but I'm not the most like outstanding like athlete. But one thing that I really set myself apart was my footwork. Footwork, like footwork is for me like it's king. When no one can stay in front of you, and when you have a consistent jumper, it's really hard to guard. So I always worked on my footwork. That was bar none. My mid-range jumper was cash. So those were two things that I honed up. Like those were like what I was known for, my footwork and my mid-range. So then as I stayed with that foundation, then I just continue to build on top of that while still,
Right.
honing that. Yeah. So
That's all it is, patience and time.
hmm
Shoot, I was gonna ask something. Talk about so since you focus on one tool, one skill,
hmm
kids get bored really easy.
hmm
Talk about I guess the mindset and keeping it fresh when you're working on that one skill. How do you keep it fresh? How do you be like, okay, how do you not like say abort mission and then
Right.
work on something else?
Uh-huh.
You know, how do you
Um,
focus?
yeah, I mean, because I well for me, film was big, but not just like watching myself, but watching like the greats. I would watch Kobe, Hakeem Olajuwon, um,
Yeah,
and I would watch Hakeem's footwork. Like gave me goosebumps, man. Like I was like, yo, I gotta learn this stuff because if he's using this footwork, then like, and he's made a career like Hall of Fame, what can I do? So
murdering people with the
he was killed with the shake. Like, don't get me started. Like, he was murdering dudes. He was killing David Robinson. So, and Shaq. So it's like, I played the long game. I'm like, okay, I see that this is something that he's using, and he's still effective. So this is probably something I should keep in my arsenal forever. Like if I know it's going to bring success. So um, it's not so much a thing. I think like people, Steph Curry, I think kind of, I don't, he didn't ruin the game, but he definitely made it to where it's a lot harder to train kids on the fundamentals because you see Steph Curry shooting from 50 feet and they're like, oh, I'm going to be a Steph Curry. But it's like Steph Curry, like that took time too. He had to work on that craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but even Steph Curry needed footwork. Like even Steph Curry needed those fundamental things before he can be who he is now. So coming off a screen, knowing, the right to lefts, the 1-2 into the shot, like those fundamental skills are something he still works on. Just because you see him shoot, all types of crazy behind the back, like whatever, that does not mean he's not working on his craft. So I think when you have a good understanding of um, whoever you see as successful in the game has started from a fundamental level, and you begin to appreciate that, you're not going to want to deviate from that because that will always bring you success. You just add to that arsenal. So for me, it's already understanding like, okay, this is something that's gonna bring me success. So I need to like always have this oiled up and ready to go as an add-on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of fundamentals, like when I started getting towards the end of my professional career, I started honing into the fundamentals, which
Mm.
when you hone into the fundamentals and you really narrow that stuff down, you actually use less energy.
Energy.
I'm looking at Kobe, right?
Yeah.
So Kobe, and if you watch Kobe,
Prime example.
you
Yeah.
know his journey in basketball, he wasn't attacking so much, but
Mm-hmm.
he would attack and he would dunk on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was just being smart. He's taking what the defense gives. I'm not gonna go to the basket when I can hit this and he's
Yeah.
right, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching. I would watch him. I would watch. My game was kind of mapped off of him and who was that? Carmelo Anthony.
Hello. Yeah.
Because I was small, but I was always in the post.
Right.
So I kind of had to bang, but then I had to face up and
Yeah. Finesse. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
pop it, or I'm gonna go at you.
Mm-hmm.
So I started kind of, watching their fundamentals and their footwork
Mm.
and doing the same shot, the same footwork
Over and over and over and over.
it was just like butter.
Yeah. Second nature.
You're not thinking in the game, you're
Yeah.
reacting because you already did it 1,000 times.
Mm.
And that's what young athletes, especially basketball players, have to understand. The fun of getting better and dunking on somebody is not the dunk; it's how you got there. It is.
Yeah.
It's how you got there because
Right.
you gotta have footwork and you gotta have the 1-2 dribble and the body movement and whatever
Mm-hmm.
you do, you gotta hold the ball away from the defense,
Right.
getting to the hoop to make that layup, that shot,
Right.
dunk or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just hope that kids will watch footwork. I mean, if you watch footwork, you be like, oh snap, rewind.
Yeah. Footwork is it's
Excited
nice.
about the fundamentals instead of watching as a fan.
Yeah.
We gotta teach the youngins that.
You gotta understand, like, yo, if you want to do half the things you see Kobe do, you gotta understand like Kobe's like process, like his footwork. He went to Hakeem Olajuwon to learn. Like, so Kobe was even like remain a student, yo. Like you never know too much. Kobe was always learning. Kobe, like rest his soul, like always learning. So the footwork is huge. Like the separation, how to get to the basket, like it's everything. You don't have to be that quick. You have footwork, you can
Exactly.
always find some space.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking that earlier when you were saying something. But you don't have to be quick. I was not the quickest. I didn't have the quickest first step. I
Hmm.
had to get going.
Yeah.
Hit
Yeah.
my
Uh-huh.
high
Get
school.
oiled up. Okay.
Yeah, right. Get the wheels oiled up, but I wasn't the quickest, but I was efficient in a jab. If
Hmm.
you were a quick defender, you gone. Like if you bite, you're out the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's a wrap.
Right on that. And I can get to the. I had enough speed to get to the basket quickly in 1 or 2 dribbles, but
Right.
it was just fundamental. I'm not out. I don't have this skill, Kyrie.
Yeah, the whole like
If I take
all that stuff.
I already know my probability. If I take 3 to 4 dribbles, it's going off the back of my heel. And I got
Yeah.
that 1 or 2, and that's it.
Uh-huh. That's really all you need though. Yeah. At most three. If you can't get your shot off in a 3 dribble radius or move.
Not efficient.
Mm,
I mean, that's
you're
basketball.
not efficient. Like in this game, you got to move the ball.
Board yet.
Yeah, if I see you like do all this stuff, I'm like, yo, coach, what's homeboy doing, man? Hey, like basketball, bro. Go set the
Like
screen.
Bobby Knight chair or ball at back in the
Yeah,
day.
just like, oh man, for real,
Oh
for
man.
real.
Okay, so take us overseas. So you played
Mm,
overseas. Take us to your first year overseas. Where'd you go? What city? What country?
yeah. So I went to Tel Aviv, Israel.
Oh, nice, man.
Man,
Dang,
that was
I didn't get to play in Israel. I
a
heard all the hype.
man, beautiful,
I messed
man.
up.
Yeah, it's like a picture, like Miami, but just over there.
Mm,
So, literally, so I went over there, and my first year was up and down. I went to a pretty small D1. I did really well there, but a small school, so it wasn't like
right.
your typical a big campus and like just all this stuff. It was like pretty not secluded, but it was definitely smaller. So when I went overseas and now like I'm seen on TV
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm getting paid, now like people know who I am. Uh, it you're young, 22 years old. You don't really understand that. So when I first got there, I wasn't really focused. I wasn't really focused, and it
Talk
showed
to
in my
him,
game.
girl. Talk to him.
It showed in my game, So like uh the first like 2 months, 2 months, like the owner brought me to the side. He was like, "Yo, listen, we like you,
Mm-hmm.
but we see you're not producing as an American should be producing."
Yep. Straight up.
And straight up, and he was like, "You have until December to pick it up," and that's like maybe like early November. You have to like December 15th, or it's gonna be we're gonna look for someone else.
So you have about a month and a half.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is real. Like they can
Right.
ship me home.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm glad they even he even brought you to the side. It's like, look,
yeah,
don't
because
trip, 'cause
most don't. Most
they'll
don't.
have a dude on the way and they'll give you a flight like
Uh-huh.
that. Like what?
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So, so I ended up, but from there I was like, you know what? Okay, bet. So I stopped like all like the extracurricular, and I was like, you know what? I'm in here. I'm in the gym. So started killing, started like doing well, and he was like, they even brought me in early. Like, you know what? We saw what we needed to see. Like, you're good. Like, you're guaranteed. I'm like, okay, cool. Like
Right.
phase one. So I kept it up. I was still doing well, getting double doubles, doing my thing, but we weren't winning. And that's the thing about playing overseas is sometimes like it really does depend on the situation. If I'm being straight up,
Yeah.
uh, some coaches don't know what they're doing, and that can be like a real big cliche for like, oh, coach don't know what he's doing, like, but no, like this coach really didn't know what he's doing. So it was difficult because you're playing well, but you're still losing, and at the end of the day, the teams want to win. Like winning is it, especially in Israel. So
Yeah.
um, fast forward to February, where I'm doing well, but we're losing. So I'm the young guy. I'm 22. So this is what they did to me. I
Oh,
want. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I'm gonna keep it like all the way funky
yeah.
with
I
that.
mean, it's overseas. I already know.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. So we play a rivalry game. It's really big out there. So like it's packed out. People yelling out like it's going
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I see this big black dude in the stands. Now, if you're like have been in Israel long enough, you're like, there's not a lot of black people in Israel. So I'm like, who's this big? Like it must be like a dad, like a father or somebody. I don't know what's going on. Um, so we end up losing that game, and I go back to my room. I'm hurting. Like tough game, played 40 minutes. I'm like, yo, I need a break. So my teammate comes into my room. He was
Oh,
like, bro, I'm sorry.
I know he is.
I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like,
Oh,
oh, you don't know? Oh, what you talking about, bro? Like, it's on Facebook. Like, Facebook. Like, so he showed me his phone. I'm like,
oh, they
you
did you like
know,
that.
Derek John, like some dude, I guess he got drafted by the LA, but I can't play overseas. Like, I don't know, get his career back on track. So, like, Derek Johnson comes in, is not a new face. So, Ramadan. I'm like, so I hit up my agent, like, yo, like they just cut me and didn't even tell me. And he was like, hold on, I got you. I'll call you right back. So, that next day, it It was like, no, it's official. Like you're cut. And like they didn't even have the nut. Like I played. So the dude that was watching me came to replace me. So I played a full game as someone who's gonna leave anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like
That's so
it blew my
crazy.
mind. And then bro really like showed me like, okay, wow, like
But
if
they had just told you like we were good.
good like 2 months ago, like 2.5 months ago.
Okay.
It was like, yo,
Yeah,
you're good. Like we like your game. I'm scoring 20 and like I'm getting grabbing 9. I'm like, I'm doing my thing.
but why
And
is it your fault? Like y'all not winning. You doing everything you can. Did you have another American? Or did
yeah. There's two of us. There's
yeah.
two of us. And he
And
was doing well too. But
both of y'all balling like Americans should.
yeah, yeah,
What
exactly.
do we do?
I don't know. I guess because he was he was 30. He was a 30-year-old dude who's been playing for a while as a vet. Um, and I'm not. I'm the rookie. I'm 22. I come in, even despite like me doing well, we weren't winning. They're looking at okay, who can we, like, how can we make things better? Because I'm 6'6", right? I'm doing my thing. I'm quick. I'm quicker than most bigs,
Mhm.
and I'm bigger than most guards. So like it's kind of
Right.
I'm a tweener, but like it's kind of hard to guard.
Mhm.
But when when we played, we lost two of our centers. So I'm like, okay, well, we don't have anybody else, Mark. We gotta play center. I'm like, yo, what? I'm going against grown men. Like, I'm getting hurt. Like, I'm going against grown men, like who are centers, dog. So I'm doing what I can on the defensive end,
Mhm.
but it's like we needed a big. But in Israel, it's really hard to find a tall, like a decent big. Like it's really hard. Like they're like a dime a dozen. So they're just like we got to go, to America. So I understand. Like it's a business. It is what it is.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I just wish they told me. Like,
Yeah, I understand. I actually got cut from Puerto Rico just the same way.
Puerto Rico's a good league
My
too.
homegirl was talking about, hey, I
Mm,
forget what she said, but she was saying somebody's coming to the team, and because it was on the website, it was another girl. She
right.
actually went to A&M. She was coming to the team. I can't remember if it actually said I was being replaced, but basically she was already on the way,
Mm,
and they didn't even tell me. I
yeah.
heard from some other one of my homies that had played there previous year.
Hmm.
And like, I just wish they would just be honest.
Just honest, yeah.
Like,
Like,
like in your situation, like, okay, we can understand you need a big, but
yeah,
don't have me out here thinking I'm not playing well when I really am. I'm busting my butt.
yeah. Like I was like nervous.
Integrity.
Yeah.
Some balls to say, hey, you're doing a great job, but we need a big. We think we need a big to
And
win.
I would have been cool with that. I'm like, you know what? I tried. Like, I would have been cool with that. But now, like, I see someone come, I'm like, yo, like, what could I have done better? Like, I'm questioning myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, man, like, dang, like, could I have scored 30? Like, what do you want from me?
I've heard many stories like that, but it's just like you would hope, especially being a rookie, that sucks. I think that happened to me maybe on my second
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
But it's just like you would think and you would expect from coming from college, they would treat you more professionally than college.
Yeah.
They would have your money on time. They would say, "Hey,
Oh,
we have the money. We don't. This is the deal. Like,
the money. Oh my gosh.
stop playing."
Yeah, bro. Like, why are you lying to me? like, like for real. So I don't want to make it seem like overseas is not cool though. Like I had such a great experience for real. Someone that like I had a great experience. Like you're traveling
I mean,
on their dime. Yeah. What? Like it was so much fun. So I don't want to make it seem like it's something that I wasn't grateful for. There's some instances in there that sometimes it's out of your control that
yeah,
yeah, it's just unfortunate. But
yeah. That's the business. That's the business of going
yeah,
overseas, and a lot of kids really don't get to hear from us athletes like us that go overseas to play. We're not
yeah,
in the WNBA. We're not in the NBA because
exactly.
if you think about it, there's a small percentage that go to the NBA and WNBA.
Very small.
So there's a lot more opportunity to go overseas and play in different levels, in
Hmm.
different countries and cities, and travel the world. So that's what this podcast too is about: is bringing light to um, professional players like us that play overseas predominantly or only.
Yeah,
And we go overseas and we get to see the NBA guys. We get to play against them. Not
yeah.
NBA guys, but maybe G League for the men.
Hmm.
But the women, we play against some NBA players.
Yeah, yeah.
We get to play with them.
If anything, Yeah, like y'all be making more money overseas than.
make a lot more money overseas. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why WNBA players go overseas and they play. Unfortunately, they play year round. Like I don't know how you could do it, but
Whew, man.
you kind of have to because like WNBA gives you that money stamp, gives you that dollar.
Yeah.
So when you get
Hmm.
overseas, it's like
Exactly.
come
You got that on your resume. Anything NBA,
on,
WNBA, yeah,
right?
you're gonna be, yeah,
And there's a discrepancy in pay with the different levels, but
yeah,
it's all good. I mean, I loved it. I knew I wanted to play professional basketball. I didn't know what the leagues were when I was little. I was like, I just want to play pro. I was
yeah.
whatever.
Same, same.
But yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. Your story has been phenomenal. It's been great, and
Oh, for
I know
sure.
there's a lot of kids, a lot of even college kids that are going to resonate with your story and like
Yeah,
to hear it and be like, okay, I wasn't tripping. Like this is
yeah.
legit.
No.
So bring us into you know. Oh, so that was your first year. Did you have
Hmm.
two more years?
No, I had one more year. So
One more year. Okay.
after Israel, that like 2 weeks later, I got a contract to go to Hungary, first league,
Okay.
and yeah, or Hungary. I love Budapest. I was in Budapest. Like, luckily, like outside of Budapest, I don't really know much about
Okay.
Hungary, but I
That's
heard
the
it's like
capital.
it's not much. Yeah, Budapest is a capital. Budapest is a beautiful city. Like it's cheap too.
Everybody says
So,
Hungary is great. It's connected to Romania. I was in Romania.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
I don't know
Hungary,
the league in Romania, but I've heard good
uh,
things about Hungary.
I'm not sure about the Romanian league,
They
but
don't like each other. The country. They don't like each
yeah, it's a lot of beef around like everywhere. Yeah, like even in Israel, it's a lot of beef. Yeah. So, but Hungary was, or like Budapest in particular, was amazing. Dope city. The league's pretty good. Uh, yeah, the league was pretty good. Wasn't like to the caliber of like a Germany. Germany league is really good. That was my last country I played. It was in Germany.
Okay.
But I enjoyed Hungary. I did. They paid on time. Um, at that team, I had three other Americans, so it was four total. It was a great experience for sure.
That's real
Uh,
fun.
yeah. Oh man, what? So I had fun for sure, and then I played in Germany my last year in a small town, like maybe like 2,000, 2,500 people. So pretty desolate, yeah. But
Did it pack the house, even though it's small?
packed the house, packed the house. It was probably the best arena I played in, though, for sure. It was sold out every single game, white out with the foam fingers and like the
Yeah, that's
bells and stuff like that. Yeah, it was going crazy. Germany was fun. Um, so the experience overall was really fun for me. I think I just the reason I stopped playing was when you don't start to love the process anymore. For me, that was feeling I was like, what, maybe this is just. And then for me, like I just haven't going back and forth. I was going from Austin to Hartford, straight to Israel, Hungary, coming back for a little bit, Germany. Like I was gone for like 8 years straight. Well,
wow.
about 6 years straight.
Uh-huh.
So it was like it was to see my family a lot, miss like my brothers growing up, and like I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, man, I don't think I like it. I like doing this anymore,
And
and I
that's
had to be
great.
real with me. Yeah,
And
I had to
that's
be
great
real.
because you got to be self-aware. I love that.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean, when you and that's with anything in life, with jobs or with whatever, when it doesn't suit you and it doesn't make you happy, and it's not keeping you healthy and happy mentally, like it's okay to pivot.
Yeah.
What we doing now? Pump fake. Now we got to go down.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Find
Exactly. You go
something
one way, gotta spin.
that's happy, man. And
Yeah.
so I'm 32 and I am focusing on that. Focusing
Hmm.
on. I've been retired for 4 years, so I'm really just focused on happiness, mental
Right.
happiness, um, and staying healthy as long as I can, and
Right.
just doing what makes me happy. And if it doesn't, saying no, and not
Mm. Right.
because of whatever it is, social standards or blah blah blah,
Hmm.
or parents, or
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to live your life.
Yeah.
That's hard for a lot of us.
It's it really is, and that's a hard thing for me as well. Like both my parents are Nigerian, um, so like there's a certain like standard when it comes to Nigerian parents, and I love my parents. Like they're the best.
Of
They're the
course.
best. But there is um a pressure. there's a pressure that can come from them, and this, I mean, this is speaking for myself. There's a pressure. So like, for me, it took me a while to actually get to a place of like, okay, Mark, what do you want to do? Like outside of everybody else, like
Right.
what is something that you enjoy doing? And that's when like kind of fitness kind of came into like, well, I enjoy being fit, but I also loved helping people. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. After my surgery was done, I was like, oh, you know what? That process was dope.
Okay.
But then when I found out how much medical school was, and like, I was like, yeah, let's go this way, So, um, but the joy of helping people, the joy of being fit, kind of just went into what I'm doing now, on top of school and learning. So, but yeah, like one thing I will talk about, like when it comes to deciding I was done, was preparing myself for life after. And man, like that was something that I just didn't know or understand. I just um, wasn't prepared for. And I think I can speak for a lot of people. It's like when I got done playing basketball, I played basketball 12 years straight. So from 12 to 24, 25, it was all basketball. So when I got done playing, it was like, okay, that was my identity. Like that's all I did.
Hmm.
What now? So I, uh I came back, and it was a thing where I was like, okay, so what do I have now? Like what skills do I have now that I can bring into the marketplace? And I didn't work on anything.
Right.
Um, can you hear the background noise at all? Or is it good? Okay, great. Sorry. Um, so that's one thing I would tell anybody, like playing overseas or playing basketball in general. You are an individual that plays basketball, but you like don't put yourself in a box. Like please don't. The game will leave you like it's a limited time. The game is so much fun, but it won't be there forever. So it's like prepare yourself for when you aren't playing. What hobbies do you like? What you enjoy doing? What impact do you want to make for yourself, for your family, for your community? I look at those things as you're playing. It's possible.
Hmm.
I wish I was when I was overseas. If I wasn't practicing, I was watching Netflix. I finished. There's nothing else I could watch on
Lock it
Netflix.
in tight.
Yo, I watched every movie. I didn't matter. Like I watched everything. I was like trying to stream like fake movies. I wanted to watch something, right?
Yeah.
So now I look back. I'm like, man, I could have been learning. I could have been like
Oh,
reading something. I could have been learning how to flip a prop. I could have been learning about the bot. I could have been learning about,
exactly.
how to network with just people. So
Yeah.
um, that's one thing I would highly, highly suggest to everybody who's a hooper that is either in college, high school, playing professionally. Find something, find an industry that you like, and learn about it. Learn about what you can be doing afterwards, or even during your playing career. You can be a business as you play. So,
Right.
but
Man, I'm so we talked about this, and that's one of
yeah,
these regrets. I'm like,
man,
man, all that
all that time, right?
so here's the thing, here's the kicker though. Like, even if you're overseas and you don't do anything with your time but watch Netflix, every summer when you come home, you can be starting something. You can be getting into real estate. You can be testing the waters at different firms and seeing what you want
Hmm.
to do. Right? So I'm like, dang, I played for 7 years. So I'm like 7 years.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I would change if I could.
Hmm.
I'm such a learner now. Like I'm on podcasts
Yeah.
every day learning about
Yeah. I don't even listen to music anymore.
I got Robert Kiyosaki's real estate book.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, if I would have got that knowledge already, ain't no telling where I'd be now.
Right.
You know,
So,
and it's that 4 years of my last 4 years of retirement have been rocky because of it.
hmm,
It's like I know what I want to do, but I didn't know how to do it. Didn't
how to go
network.
about it. Yeah.
It was just like up
Yeah.
and down. It didn't come
Hmm.
as easy as basketball.
Yeah.
So if I would have been networking when I came home in the summers, or I would have been studying with the friggin' LLC and structure and taxation all of that, I would understand a lot more things and I can make good financial decisions.
Decisions. Oh, my money. Oh,
I'm talking about, man, but it's okay. I'm still 32.
yeah, it's cool. You know, nothing you can do about it.
Gotta
Nothing you
keep
can do about
rolling.
it. Yeah,
But
yeah,
y'all listening, y'all watch this interview, and you are playing overseas. Use your time wisely. You don't have to use all your time. I know you want to be free and don't want to do
yeah, for
anything,
sure.
but study, take some courses. I mean, everything's online. A lot of things are free on YouTube.
Hmm.
Take the time to study something. Taste the waters. You might study something for a month and be like, I don't like it. You might study something for 6 months and be like, you know,
Hmm.
think about it. If you played 3 years or 3 years or four, I played
Yeah,
7. If you are think about how many things you can test and taste through that time, and then when it's time to walk away, you are
you have a
ready.
plan.
You have tools to go.
Yeah.
You got a network.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Man, I tell you, like, so,
So sour
and
about it. I'm so sorry.
it's yeah. Sometimes I'm like, bro, imagine if I knew what I knew now about like just finances or about just different industries out there. Like, I was so narrow minded
Mm-hmm.
on what I was doing that I wasn't aware of literally all the opportunities to be able to make money, to establish a business, and take advantage. And it's not too late. We're still young, still very young, and it's something that we're both working towards for sure.
Yeah.
But that's why like podcasts like these, I really don't know of any podcasts, me personally, that has um like people in our situation. There's like podcasts of ex NBA players and stuff like that. But that's kind of a different bracket just because it's like you have millions of dollars. You have millions of dollars coming into where you can be able to do those things. But like for people who um played pro and have had a different experience, there's not a lot of podcasts like these to where now we're talking about, okay, what could we have done different as we were playing professionally in different countries. So I'm very appreciative of you, Ernie, for like
Oh, I
um
appreciate it.
for creating this platform for people like us, because there's a lot of us out there that really um can use this. A lot of kids, a lot of like adults can use something like this and just know like, oh, this is something that you should be listening to. This is something that you should like take heed of. Find your niche as you play. Create a business as you play.
Yep,
Seriously.
exactly. And you know what's crazy? And I wish I would have thought to do it was all you have to do really as a professional athlete right now, anywhere, overseas,
Hmm.
it's cool, and it's cool because you're overseas, you're not in America, right?
Yep.
So document your freaking day.
Ooh,
Document the place you're
yes.
staying at. We're about to go to this cafe, have a little latte, uh, because that is the story that doesn't get seen a lot.
Yeah.
We understand what the NBA guys are doing in WNBA
Hmm.
when they're here in the states, but it's like overseas. Oh, they're in Turkey. They're in what country? They're in Israel. Is that what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
On us what you're eating, showing what the process is of getting ready for the cup, or you know,
Hmm.
what's your coach like? What's the gym? What does a gym look like? The gyms are
Yeah.
super different. The courts are like super
Very different. The balls are very different. Everything.
seen them. But I mean, off of that builds a brand. If you're putting the right stuff,
Seriously.
that builds your brand. And you can go from there. You can build anything off that.
You know what? That's such a great idea. Like honestly, like people being able to for people to see the world from a person, like what I'm saying, like kind of live vicariously through somebody.
Yeah,
Um, something that a lot of people don't get the experience of travel. Like my parents came from Nigeria to Texas, and since then, there's really not been a lot of travel. I was able to go to Australia. Well, that's for college, but Australia, Israel, like different countries. So it's like I would have been like so I guess just like really aware of like, Mark is out here. If I was a kid, if I was watching myself, I'd be like, where's Mark going to next? Like what's his experience? And I think if you're playing right now, use that to your advantage. Like you are really cool. You're a professional athlete.
oh,
You are a world traveler. You know what I'm saying? Like use that, promote it, put it out there because people want to see. I bet money. Like people are like tuning in. I tune into my friends still who are playing overseas. I'm like, "Yo, where's he at now? Like,
Right.
if I'm doing that, like, I'm sure somebody else will want to do that. So, for
Absolutely.
like, please put that out there. Put that information out there. It's cool. What you're doing
Yeah,
is really dope.
for sure. Well, let's see what we got. Oh, so we haven't been able to really talk about what you're doing now in your health business. I want to give you a chance to put some light on what you're doing, and just let the people know
Right.
where to find you.
Cool. Cool. No, for sure. I recently graduated with my master's in neuroscience. So congratulations to me.
Yes,
Uh, so
congratulations.
I've always been good at science, but I've always been really interested in just the body, how to eat, especially now more than ever. If I would have known how to be nutritious, man, I'd probably still be playing. But I currently have a online business that specializes in nutrition and healthy supplementation, not like adding supplementation to your diet in order to help you reach your goals. Mindset training, whether it be just having a more positive outlook on your life, going to your day with the right mindset is really important. So
Mm-hmm.
like mindset training, wellness, um, goal reaching, that's really what I love doing. It brings me joy. Outside of like the money, it brings me joy to see people's lives be changed through something honestly, as I guess as simple as nutrition is something that we're not taught in school. As an athlete, I wasn't taught like what to eat. After games, it was like, okay, cool. Here's a pizza, cool. Here's some wings, here's some
Whatever was
pasta.
quickest to get to us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Here's some pasta, here's whatever, some grilled chicken. But it's like if I would have known, okay, you need to refuel with certain nutrients and minerals post game so you can actually recover. Like just stuff like that. I'm not gonna get into that. But that's
No,
what I'm
but
doing
people need
now.
to hear that. They need to hear that
Yeah. No,
because
it's
we've been through it. We've been through
yeah.
a lot of injuries, and I'm like, I wish I would have ate for my recovery.
Man,
I wish I would have ate for my recovery.
yes.
So we'll have to
Like
get on a separate
a
podcast
separate, a separate, yeah, seriously, a
talk
part
about
two, a part
importance.
two. Because I tell like the guys now, I'm still really cool with guys on the team right now back at Hartford. I'm like, man, um, you guys eat like crap, like, and it affects you, and you don't even know. Like until you start eating well, you won't know how bad it was.
True.
So I really try and harp on like, yo, listen, please, like take into account like not to get the wing stop, but to actually want to cook your own food or learn how. If you need help, ask me. Like so I really just try and give game because I've been there. Like I have a special I guess I don't know like category of people to where I've played overseas, I played professionally. So it's like I try and give game whenever I can. But currently with the health business, it's really just about being helping people be their best selves and allowing them to see that who they really are. So some people are kind of a shell of themselves after whatever happens in their life, or maybe it's like been a slow progression of like just not the healthiest lifestyle to where now 5 years later you're up 30 pounds, you're not happy with your job, not happy with your life, not happy with the way you look.
Yeah.
So for me, it's really just about unlearning all that junk you put into your brain,
Yeah.
teaching you how to put nutrients inside your body, teaching how to exercise, how to be mobile, and seeing the transformation in people's lives. I love it. So uh, that's what the business is. In short, it's just helping people live healthier. So yeah.
It's, I love it. So I've been more into health and trying to hold myself accountable for eating healthy, but I'm a snack kid, so
Oh, so am I. Yeah,
it's so interesting.
I'm a fat boy at heart for sure. Yeah.
As you get older, you really start to pay attention to the illnesses that people have. It's like
Hmm.
a lot of our food is just packed in, and it's not healthy, dude.
It's trash.
It's not
Yeah.
healthy. Um, and I started to eat healthier, right? Produce and all that, and I was not working out. I was like 20 pounds over.
Hmm.
Home, I was eating good, but then I started changing that. I didn't work out. I was like, let me eat healthy and let me see what happens.
Yeah.
So I started eating less meat,
Hmm.
and I started eating a lot more vegetables.
Yep.
And usually, what do? We pack on the burger,
Oh yeah.
and it's a little
Yeah.
bit of broccoli over here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I flipped the whole thing, and I was even working at a cryotherapy place, and I was sedentary.
Yeah.
Sitting at the desk, front desk, get up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So over the course of a month, I think I dropped 15.
She.
Eating small, but not like I'm hungry. When I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
eat.
yeah.
I'm not gonna not eat. So it's smaller, but it's more filling. There's more protein.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And dude, like after two weeks, it just started falling off of me.
Mm-hmm.
The fat just started melting off, and I was not working out yet.
Yeah.
I just started
It's amazing.
eating because
Yeah.
I learned my body. Sugar blows me like nobody. So
Yeah.
I mean it's
Mm.
young and it's like
Boop.
you know,
Yep.
and I'm 32, so still young, but
So young.
for women it's like that 27 years of age, and it's kind of like you're seeing your body change a little bit because of the metabolism.
Right.
And I'm like, dang. And then I retired that first year, and I had leaky gut.
Oh.
I have
Yeah.
never had issues with eggs. So my lab
Mm.
was really in Romania, and we had eggs all the time. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it was something I was eating over there, or I don't know if it was something that had been happening through painkillers for my knees
Right.
because it
Mm.
mess up the gut. And I'm
In the
like,
liver.
like
Yep.
I'm eating healthy, but it's a lot of stuff. I'm just my body's just not is rejecting it anyway.
Right.
So I did the food test and came and or the food panel test and came back with some weird, not weird foods, but foods that you think you're fine with.
Mm.
I love pineapple, cashews. I was allergic to cinnamon.
Oh, not
Oh,
the cinnamon.
like I don't know about this. These supposed to be healthy. Like,
Right.
so I
Ginger.
have to do it again, but because at some point I feel like your body will be so inflamed. It's just
Yeah.
nah, we're not dealing with nothing.
Exactly. True.
So, but I changed my diet and I started not using a lot of the seasonings that we buy
Mm-hmm.
on the shelf. I started
Yep.
using straight up just herbs, salt and
Uh-huh.
pepper, and just like real
Yeah.
plain coconut oil. My stomach was starting to like heal. I could feel it heal. I could feel it. I could feel it almost not heal, but taste so good to my body or feel so good to my body.
Right. It's like finally. Ah, yeah.
It's so weird. So I'm really in tune to healthy eating, and I need to get better with supplementation. But
Mm.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. And I don't know. I was going on a rant, but I wanted to say that I've been watching a lot of those like I don't know if you heard of Dr. Savy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Dr.
Yeah.
Savy, but those like documentaries where they have people that are can't walk or they have certain issues, and then they
Mm-hmm.
tell them to change their diet,
And that's it.
not take
Right.
pills to
Yeah.
don't let me get on soapbox, but
Don't get me started on yeah.
these,
Uh,
these diabetes went away, it went down, all these
hmm.
other things that are really these illnesses that are really like problematic change because you change your diet.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yo, the body is such an amazing thing. Like the body, if you really, the more I've learned about the brain through neuroscience, the more I'm amazed by the body. Like it is so
Be healed.
articulate and articulate. It's so like adaptable, and it's just so man, everything's connected. But
But
the body can heal itself, just like you said. It is like its own self-generating doctor. Only if you give it the proper nutrition. Only if you are putting, unleaded gas into a Mercedes Benz or into a Ferrari, the car will break down. It's not meant for that. It will slowly break down. You have to put that premium, super premium gasoline into your car in order for it, yeah, for it to run well. So it's the same thing when it comes to our body. If you are putting junk into your body, don't expect for you to play well. Don't expect for you to feel healthy, feel good, to not have chronic pain, aches, to not have high anxiety, to not sleep as well. Like there's so much stuff that goes into it. So it's like it's 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 awesome to hear you say that because it's like a lot of issues in America seriously only stem from your diet. Like get off the whole milk. Get off the you
I
know
can't even deal with milk. No dairy.
yeah,
Dairy is my killer.
God, get off the milk. It's not meant for humans. Get off the saturated fats. Get off the processed foods. and involve more fruits and vegetables. Now, obviously, we like to enjoy life. I'm not saying you got to be like on some strict like
Perfect.
yeah perfect, but at the same time, be cautious. Be conscious of what you're putting inside your body. Be
The
conscious of it.
80-20 rule, 90-10 rule,
Yeah,
be real strict.
yeah, for
Like,
sure. I try and like really
so we 80-20 with the junk food and all that. And eating healthy is 20. We gotta flip that.
yeah. You got to flip that, man. I'm not saying you got to be on again like super strict, but I really try and emphasize like a balance, like a healthy balance when it comes to my clients or even to myself. Like you're not going to be perfect, but if you're conscious of what you're putting inside your body, you will see a change. But you got to be consistent. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not working. Well, it's been 3 days. Like let's give it a break. Let's let's keep going a little bit, right?"
3 or 4.
So
That's
yeah,
it.
change your diet, and you will see so many. Like man, I would have chronic knee pain when I was playing. My left knee would be killing me. Like it was killing me, right? If I used to jump off 1 foot a lot, like dunks with all 1 foot, to where I had to only jump off of two because going off of one was just too painful.
Wow.
It just for real, like throughout my career, like it was just painful. So I thought it was just like tight muscles. I thought, I had this femoral, but then I changed my diet. So I would do that and it would alleviate some pain, but it'll come right back after the game, especially. So it wasn't until I changed my diet after I stopped playing. I uh I went completely vegan for like 6 weeks. Completely vegan, but not like a fake vegan, like vegan products that taste like vegan cheese and vegan like meat. Like it was like actual like plant based diet.
Okay.
And but I'll still play basketball. I still play to this day. I still got it. And I was feeling great. I was taking off of one leg. I was like, I felt really good. And afterwards I felt fine. I'm like, man, I'm usually sore after hooping. What changed? I'm like, oh man,
That's so crazy.
if I would have known this plan, so um, just stuff like that. And that's from a basketball perspective. Like even it's like people who don't play sports, it can be a big difference when you change your diet and be conscious of it.
Yeah, it can just be neck pain, back pain.
Yeah.
Just being a tight muscle. There's a reason those muscles are tight and stuff.
Hmm.
But okay, last question, then we'll get you out of here. I appreciate your time tonight,
No,
brother.
for sure.
Of
It's my
course,
pleasure.
um, looking back at your career, high school and college and
Hmm.
pro, is there any one moment or situation that stood out to you that you had to make a decision, or it was just you went through something and it changed you for the better? It was a learning event or adversity, you got
Right.
challenged in some way.
Oof. Adversity.
Like I can get one out. I got a whole scroll.
Right. Adversity. I think for the better, what basketball really taught me, especially when I got to college, was the art of communication. Um, and it's not like well, there is one particular situation that is more funny than anything. But it's just one of them. It's like it might not come to mind right now, but I do have one. So my freshman year, um, I'm introverted. I'm not a dude who'll be like I'm like to myself. I'm chilling. Doesn't mean I won't like be social, but if I get the opportunity, it's just like no, I'm cool. So I'm not, freshman year, we were playing our first game. We're at the Mohegan Sun, 20,000 seats, like big time. So we're in the ballroom, we're doing film, and coach likes to popcorn read. So he'll call him like random people, and I'm like, "Yo, he better not call me, bro." Like I'm 18, it's my first. I'm already nervous. I'm around like 22 grown men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he calls me, Mark, read number 32. I'm like, number 32 is a left-handed shooter. Like real soft. Like he shoots 30% from the field, force him right. So I feel people staring at me like, yo, like, hey, speak up, bro. Like, what's going on? Like, why you looking silent? So you know what I'm saying? So I got into the elevator afterwards. Like I got done reading. I hear like snickering, like people like like what was that? So I get inside the elevator and they're going in on me like, yo, you sound like a girl, man. Speak up. Like, what you talk with the chest, bro? Like, what's all that? Like, why you grown? Like, look at you, you big. Like, why you talk like that? Right? They're going in on me, and I was like, yo, that was embarrassing. Like, that's how. Like, in that moment, I was like, dog, they're right. Like, a lot of people, like for me, when I get clowned on, like in a way that is constructive, I take it personal. Like that's just not to like where I get mad, but like, okay, I'll show you I'm better than what you think I am. I take it like really into account. So the next game was like number 32. Like I'm yelling it, right? Like I'm here to prove a point, but it really just taught me like the importance of projecting your voice, whether it be on the court or whether you're talking to a CEO or to a donor. It's like, hey, how you doing? Like it's having that assertiveness, not in a way where it's disrespectful, but in a way where they feel your presence. And it really goes a long way. If you're looking to really be a leader, really to be in a position of power, you have to be able to communicate effectively. That's one of the biggest thing, like, because it was really hard for me to like to talk. Like I wasn't a talker. I just like I'll show you by actions. I'll just like go play really hard, but I wasn't able to lead my
Understand.
team. You know, so it really put me in an uncomfortable position, but it created now. I'm like I look forward to being able to to lead or being able to present something to somebody. Now presentations are easy. I don't care who I'm looking at. So I think the biggest thing for me, it's kind of generalized, but you will be put in uncomfortable situations when you play sports. You will be. It's really about how you respond. A lot of people don't respond well. If you, man, excuse me, look at each uncomfortable situation as a means of growth, you will grow and you will definitely get better. Um, or you couldn't, and you can be kind of left in the dust. So my biggest thing from that was just like the art of communication. You will have to communicate if you want to play at a high level. You better communicate and learn it. For real.
I totally I can relate to you because I like every time we had like a interview, they wanted me to interview.
Yeah.
I get so nervous.
Nervous. You're right. Yeah.
I always hate that about myself. Like, why do I get so nervous? Like my heart be pounding and like start sweating.
Start sweating, palms. It's like, man.
And I would like I junior year, sophomore junior year, I would like run from interviews. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm going to the shower.
Uh huh.
Because I didn't want to talk. I'm like I got over it. I got over it. But like now, understanding who I am, introvert, it's okay. Like I'm introverted. Sometimes, and people don't really think that because I'm so excited about what I'm doing when I'm training kids
All right.
or doing electrotherapy. I'm so excited to be with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not me all the time. Like after I give them my energy because I want their experience to be great and I
Right.
enjoy my time. But then there's be like during COVID, like I have really had a good time being alone. I'm an only child too, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
being quiet, I can be quiet all day and have a great day.
And be fine. Yeah. And be straight. Like I'm not. I'm cool. Yeah. For sure.
I think that's we're just introverts. We're just different. But
Yeah.
being getting older and understanding introverts and different personalities, and trying to relate to these kids that have different personalities and understand how to coach them. Um, I am. How do I say it? I guess understanding myself more too, and
Mm-hmm.
not judging myself for not being not nervous in those situations.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
me.
For real. Like I think it's so important to be self-aware of who you are as an individual before anything. Um, like it's okay to be a certain way. It's not okay to shy away from who you are. That's like the biggest thing for me. I try to pretend like I'm someone I'm not for a good amount of time, and that will only really lead you to like unhappiness. But once you know who you are, embrace it, and then look to just get better. So that's one thing I did in college. That really showed me who I was.
Mhm.
Like you're a quiet guy, Mark, but when you got to step up to the plate, you'll deliver. So yeah,
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. This was a phenomenal podcast. I can't wait for people to see it and for me to share it. Because I know your story in high school, getting to college is going to resonate with so many kids
yeah.
right now because of the COVID and that pushing back scholarships and being available. So
Hmm.
I appreciate you being open and sharing your story with us.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for even having this platform for me to share. Like it really does mean a lot for me. It's going to mean a lot for a lot of people too who are going to be in the same situation. So I'm just glad to be of service.
Cool. I appreciate it. I'll try to keep banging these out for people to relate to different backgrounds of basketball players. So, all right, Mark, everybody, we are out.